Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Our teacher for this week is John Wellwood, but I did include two other teachers for quotes this morning that connect well with the message. Today's message is titled Experience Life at Full Strength. Experience life at full strength. Let's see what that is all about. Sometimes we encounter experiences that seem too formidable for our hearts to bear. In our vulnerability, we seek refuge in avoidance, shutting down our emotions and turning away from the pain. This retreat into numbness feels like a shield, a temporary sanctuary from the chaos. Sanmari, good morning. Danae, good morning. Charlene, a very good morning. Hello, beautiful humans. This is a familiar impulse, this isolating or numbing, a natural instinct for self-preservation. We tell ourselves that closing our hearts is the only way to survive the overwhelming storms that life throws our way. But what if, in that desperate act of self-protection, we're actually dimming the vibrant colors of our existence, diminishing our experience of life itself? Beatrix, good morning. Hello, great seeing you. The first thought comes from John Wellwood. He says, it's only through letting our hearts break that we discover something unexpected. The heart cannot actually break. It can only break open. When we feel both our love for this world and the pain that this world offers together at the same time, then the heart breaks out of its shell. To live with an open heart is to experience life at full strength. Linda, good morning. Awesome seeing you. Hello. So let me just read that little bit again. When we feel both our love for this world and the pain of this world together, when we can hold both, then our heart breaks out of its shell. To live with an open heart is to experience life at full strength. Imagine your heart as a tightly closed bud. While this bud is closed, it is more safe from harm, but it will only experience the world's full beauty once it opens and interacts with life itself. When we open ourselves to life's joys and sorrows, the sunshine and also the rain, our hearts begin to bloom. We become more compassionate, more connected to the world around us, and ultimately more alive. Experiencing life at full strength means embracing all of it, the joys and the sorrows alike. So two more thoughts. First comes from Chogyam Trungpa. Let me try that one again. Chogyam Trungpa. He says, when we can hold, or when you can hold, both the sadness and pain of samsara in your heart, and at the same time, the power and vision of the great Eastern Sun, if you can bring yourself to hold both, not try and avoid one or the other, then only will you be able to make a proper cup of tea. He's suggesting that when we're unable to hold both, the joys and the sorrows and the beauty, if we can't hold both of them, we are unable to even make a proper cup of tea. If we can't hold both the joys and the sorrows, we're unable to fully participate in life. And from Shantaram, a similar thought comes. He says, it doesn't always help us to love the world, but it sure does prevent us from hating the world. Closing our hearts might feel safe, but it also prevents us from truly engaging with life. We turn away from connection, growth, and the richness of the human experience. Choosing numbness might feel like self-preservation, but it's a pale comparison to the vibrant tapestry of emotions that come with living wholeheartedly. Today's meditation is an invitation to see the humanity around you. There's an acknowledgement that, as humans, we are constantly the cause of one another's wounds. Yet we have the choice. We can choose to close our hearts, forever guarded, or we can choose to trust in the strength of our unbreakable hearts. So today's meditation invites us, as it said, to look at the humans around us and recognize that just like us, the humans around us are acting and reacting from wounding, just like we have done as well. Instead of closing our hearts to the possibility of hurt, can we look at the humans around us and acknowledge a human having a human experience, but that on a deeper level, there's a soul having this human experience. And that doesn't mean that we have to open ourselves to being wounded by the humans around us. Sometimes we do need to step away. Sometimes there does need to be distance. But even when we do that, how do we do that? Do we step away with hate in our hearts? Or can we step away and still love from a distance? Michelle, a very good morning. It is really good to see you. Hello. Alrighty, if you're ready, you can close your eyes and let's float away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. John Wellwood shared with us this morning the wisdom that your heart cannot really break. So while you continue your full body breathing, feel yourself rise with every inhale and feel yourself fall with every exhale. And while you take these deep, slow breaths, I want you to imagine that the air flows right through your heart, not next to it, but right through the middle of your heart. Inhale and feel the air travel through your heart. And when you exhale, again, imagine you can feel the air travel right through the middle of your heart. That potentially creates a physical sensation in your heart. So while you rise and fall while breathing through your heart, ask yourself the question, what is my relationship with my heart? Am I fully open to feeling my heart? There was a time when modern science told us that the heart is only a pump. All it does is pump blood around the body. And that has changed again. Because it has become very clear that the neural feedback from your heart to your brain sends more information to the brain than what the brain sends to the heart. And that the heart is a part of the endocrine system, which means the heart produces hormones that make our body feel. So there is truth to the idea that we feel with our hearts. What is your relationship with your heart? Are you fully open to feeling your heart? Or is there still a part of you that self-protects by shutting down what the heart feels? John Wellwood reminds us, and Rumi said something very similarly, that your heart cannot really break. If it feels like your heart wants to break, but you don't run away, you stay with it, and you feel this break in its full force, what you'll realize after the big emotions have passed is that your heart did not break at all. But now you are more willing to feel. And so what happens is that your heart breaks open. If you become willing to feel the pain along with the joy, your experience of life becomes richer. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine, lean your upper body over to the left. And lean your upper body over to the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take the next few big breaths together. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. Feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, the reminder is that today's meditation helps us look at the humans around us and understand that they're all souls having a human experience. Take your next big breath. Today's meditation is called TONGLEN. It's an old Tibetan Buddhist meditation that teaches that we can inhale the pain, the suffering, the dark clouds that the humans around us are dealing with. Inhale and breathe it into your belly. And while you hold those dark clouds in your belly for a moment, feel how when those dark clouds touch your love, touch your heart, feel how they transform. You are alchemizing these dark clouds into light. And as you exhale, see yourself breathe light into the space around them. Our journey starts right at home. As you take your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, bring the humans that you share a home with together in your mind, or the humans that you used to share a home with. Some of them might still be around and some of them may have passed on, but you can do the exercise for anyone. Bring them together, do the exercise for the whole group, or perhaps someone stands out for you today. Inhale the dark clouds around them. Hold it in your belly. Feel the warmth of your belly transform these dark clouds into light, and breathe light into the space around them. Take your next big breath. Can you remind yourself that this is a soul having a human experience? Can you recognize each other from one soul to another? We'll make the circle slightly bigger. And this time include all of your close family. These are brothers, sisters, parents, nieces, nephews, uncles, aunts, grandparents, cousins. Bring the whole group together in your mind and either do the exercise for the whole group or for whoever stands out to you today. As you breathe in, see yourself inhaling their dark clouds. Breathe it all the way into your belly and feel how your love, how the warmth in your belly transforms these dark clouds into light. Then as you breathe out, exhale light into the space around them and watch their faces as they recognize the light. Take your next big breath. Can you take a moment to recognize that this is a human having a human experience, but on a deeper level, a soul? Can you recognize one another from one soul to another? We'll make the circle even bigger. This time include everyone you know. Friends, colleagues, friends of friends, friends of your family members, your kids' teachers, their friends. Make a big group of all of these humans together and see if perhaps someone stands out to you today. As you breathe in, see yourself inhaling their dark clouds. Breathe it all the way into your belly, hold it there for a moment, and feel how your love transforms these dark clouds into bright light. And as you exhale, see yourself breathe light into their space. Watch their faces as they recognize the light around them. Take your next big breath. Everyone is fighting a battle we know nothing about. It's easy to get stuck in looking at a human being, experiencing their human reaction, but not understanding what they're dealing with, and forgetting that there's a soul having this experience. Let's make the circle as big as we can. We'll include all of the nameless faces that we encounter. Sometimes we sit in our bubbles at the traffic light. Mostly we don't even notice the humans and their bubbles around us, but sometimes we do. We have that moment where we realize we're all in our own mission. Sometimes we have that recognition when we walk in a shopping center, brushing shoulders with all these strangers, realizing everyone's on their way to do their thing and we kind of ignore each other. Include the cashier, the waiter, the waitress, the security guard, the petrol station attendant, everyone that you're brushing shoulders with on a regular basis. Do the exercise either for the whole group, or perhaps one of these faces stand out to you today. As you breathe in, see yourself inhaling their dark clouds. Hold it in your belly for a moment. Feel how your love transformed this into light. And breathe light into their space. Take your next big breath. Lastly, let's make our focus this circle. A beautiful group of humans, each showing up as a source of light for the world around them. Each a soul having a human experience. And each dealing with human issues that we might not know about at all. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, see yourself breathe in whatever dark clouds these beautiful humans might be dealing with right now. Hold it in your belly and feel how your love transforms it into light. And breathe into the space for every human in our circle. Love and light from your heart. Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips in and settles in every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time this morning's beautiful messages. The first one is from John Wellwood. He says, "It is only through letting our hearts break that we discover something unexpected. The heart cannot actually break. It can only break open. When we feel both our love for this world and the pain of this world together, that's when the heart breaks out of its shell. To live with an open heart is to experience life at full strength. The truth is, anytime we close our hearts, we're experiencing life in a diluted way. We are dimming the colors of life itself when we try and prevent ourselves from feeling. Chogyam Trungpa says, when you can hold the sadness and pain of samsara in your heart, and at the same time, the power and vision of the great Eastern Sun, then only will you be able to make a proper cup of tea. Another reminder to try and be with the full range of experience life offers, and not try and hide away from the tougher experiences, because when we do, we're not participating. We're hiding and we're dimming our own light. One last thought comes from the book Shantaram. Many phrases from that book felt like it kept giving me paradigm shifts and opening me to life. And this is probably top of the list. It says, it doesn't always help us to love the world, but it sure does prevent us from hating the world. Sometimes we get the deep sense that loving the world doesn't feel like it makes anything better. It doesn't feel like the world becomes a better place and a less hurtful place when we try to love the world. But here's what loving the world does. It opens our hearts. It makes sure that we don't close our hearts. Because the only thing a closed heart does is rob you of the full experience of life. Just to put a bow on the whole message, it always feels important to say that of course we should not open ourselves to humans abusing us. Of course, we need to know when to step away. And I've recently heard a beautiful description about this, that sometimes we recognize there are people who are just not going to respect our boundaries. We can't keep spending time with them. Does this become a war? Does this become a fight with these humans? And here's what I heard the other day. Someone say, well, of course we still cross paths, but we don't go to the same places anymore. Of course, we still cross paths with people who disrespect our boundaries, but we choose to not go to the same places anymore. I think it beautifully illustrates the balance that we can have. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for this beautiful reminder to see the humans around us as souls having their human experience. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the reminder of how we can have this balance. Of course, sometimes we need to take a step away from some humans. We can still cross paths with them, but we don't have to keep going to the same places. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that even when I step away, it doesn't mean closing my heart. I can still love as fiercely, even if there's distance. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that when it feels like my heart hurts, when it feels like it could break, I don't have to run. I don't have to numb. I don't have to hide. I can feel this pain. Because just like anything, it passes. And when it does, I clearly see that my heart did not break. Here it is, still beating and more open than it was before. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for bringing your big, beautiful, open hearts into this circle. Thank you for sharing light with us. Pat, a very good morning. It's great seeing you. Hello. Hey, Pepe, good evening to you. Awesome having you in the group live with us. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Sunmary. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Beatrix. I hope your heart feels open. I hope you notice when there's a protective thought or feeling that wants to close your heart. And I hope in those moments you're able to remind yourself that this heart won't break. Lots of love to you all. Ciao, ciao.